Hey everybody, I'm Jason Arsenault, former law enforcement, father and husband, and canine professional.
And I'm Jenna Arsenault, wife, entrepreneur, and coach.
So about 6 years ago, I started Arsenal Canine. It was because I was a police officer for 15 years and I had went to a call that totally changed the trajectory of my life. I was diagnosed with a post-traumatic stress injury and I was advised not to go back to policing. So I did what I needed to do. I started a business out of my passion and I've grown my business up into multiple locations across Western Canada. And, Jen and I have built these together. What a journey it's been. Anyway, so I want to talk to you about standing guard at the door of your mind. Now, this isn't just going to be another mindset talk like we've talked about before. This is more of being protective of what you're exposed to. Okay? So a lot of people feel the need that they need to listen to what all the advice is that is around them, no matter if it's from their mother or their father who have never been where they want to go, or it's an old friend they had in high school, or it's just some
Could even be a spouse.
A spouse.
Too, honestly.
Exactly. So sometimes these people give you a bad advice and put things in your mind that may not necessarily be beneficial for what you are wanting to do. So if you were wanting to, I don't know how many of you guys have heard this, but I know I've heard this, is I wanted to start a business or I wanted to start a business training dogs. And I was always told, well, what are you going to do for a real job? Right? Everybody that was in my circle, in my life, was used to the 9 to 5, the real job lifestyle, right? Where you would go to work for your set number of hours for 25, 30 years, you'd get a pension and retire and get a pension, right? That was my family. That was anybody I was around. Nobody was business minded at all. So as I grew and I decided, when I left the police and I started the business, that's all I would get how are you going to make money, right? Or why don't you get a real job? What are you going to do after when you can't work anymore? Okay. So these are all just things that, started to swell in my mind, and it got me thinking that maybe I wasn't on the right path to where I needed to be. So what I did was I got around like-minded people who, were more positive in the aspect of building a business or growing a business. And that helped me to, have the confidence, more confidence or more assurance that going the business route may be the better way to go for me.
And I know when you get into those moments where it's like really difficult in your life, in your business, if you have everyone telling you, yeah, you should quit. Yeah, I thought that was crazy. You did that anyways. How do you think that's going to affect you? How do you think that's going to affect the decisions that you make or how you feel versus someone being like, hey, yeah, that happened to me. Guess what? It's normal. It happens. You're going to get through it. This is my suggestions. This is what I would do. That's going to change how you respond to that same situation, right? So it's super important to make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people that want the best for you, but also are willing to support the decisions that you make for yourself.
Mm-hmm. And I heard something that it kind of stuck out to me, that everybody is your cheerleader until you're doing better than them, right? So if you, right from the beginning, if you're, starting your business, oh, good for you, good job, you're good, you're gonna get your business going, it's gonna be all good. And then you start to do really well, and then people are like, oh, look at you, big shot, and whatever else, right? Or they start telling you that the things that you aren't doing aren't beneficial, or why'd you do that, or why'd you do this, why are you investing in this, spending all this money? And it's, it just, you have to be able to get rid of those people, or at least confront it, because if you're not confronting it, you're accepting it, right? And why would you want to take advice from someone, like I said before, who's not where you're wanting to go, right? So like my mom, I love my mom, but I'm not taking business advice from her because she's never run a business before. So, that's the kind of things, or your best friend that from high school you used to go drinking with, you know, don't do that work tonight. Let's go to the bar, right? Stuff like that. That's not beneficial to where you want to be. So you got to make sure that you're guarding this, because this is very delicate sometimes, and you need to make sure that you're guarding it, and you're making sure that only good things go in.
Exactly.
Exactly. So thanks for listening. Make sure that you get rid of all the negativity and negative people in your life, and you just do things for you, because ultimately you are the one that knows what you want to do, and you're the only one that's going to benefit from it. So take care. Good luck.